Good morning and welcome to Vlogmas Day 17. I was going to record over in front of the window, but the sun was in my eyes. That's a good problem to have. It's kind of the calm after the storm. Not sure how long it's going to last, but we'll appreciate it while it's here. I just had a call from the guy who's going to come and relocate our attic trap door today. He's going to be over in about a half an hour, so I thought I should probably sit down and chat to you before he gets here. Pardon my hair, it's still wet from the shower. Today is my younger sister's and her husband's 37th anniversary. Seems so hard to believe. They got married just before Christmas because they were both teachers, and that was a good time for them to get married on Christmas break, and then they went to Hawaii for their honeymoon. The bridesmaids' color and flowers and all that for the wedding was red, and it was beautiful. Anyway, scrappy socks. It's hard to tell, but there's another colorway in here, St. Mary Mead. I guess actually when I see it on camera, I actually can see the difference more so than in person. So I put St. Mary Mead in on top of Murder at the Vicarage. And then the next color isn't as pretty. This is Miss Marple's Cottage Garden. So I have one sock done, and I have about I think 3 rows more. Yeah, 3 more rows to do on sock number 2. Better pick that up before I forget. Just keeps wanting to drop. Okay. Let's do today's Advent from Yarn Ink. Day 18 says, some beautiful paths can't be discovered without getting lost. Very profound. And look what a beautiful color this is today. Kind of a plummy purple. So I like the direction this is going. Really pretty. I'm not sure if I can get a picture today. My sewing table is covered with scrap yarn for the baubles that I am making. So last night, I stayed up too late. I finished my nutcracker one. Isn't that pretty? Just that little bit at the bottom again. And then I started my next one with the gingerbread colorway. So literally, I've just done my first set of increases, so not very far along. So I would love to sit and knit baubles all day. And I am going to sit and knit on them for a little while. But today I need to catch up on some correspondence and banking. Correspondence including responding to Vlogmas comments and podcast comments. I'm behind again, so that's my plan for today. But that should leave me, some time also for knitting, because I really would like to get these baubles out of the way so that I can decide which ones I'm giving to who. And plus they're really fun. It's a fun way to pass the time. So I'm gonna go and film my little today's socks clip so I can put some socks on because my feet are getting cold in just my slippers. And then I'm gonna come back, drink my tea, and work on my scrappy socks and bauble until the guy shows up to fix our attic opening. So, sorry, I'm distracted. I can hear some noise from behind us from the rail yard, and trying to listen to that and form sentences at the first time apparently is a little bit difficult first thing in the morning. Anyway, I will talk to you later. Today's socks were knit from the Sprigs and Baubles sock blank from Fiber Nymph Dye Works. In case you're not familiar with sock blanks, they are plain pieces of knitted fabric that have been dyed in some form. In this case, as you can see, this was hand painted in a design of fir boughs and Christmas ornaments. And then you unravel them and knit them into something else. Most often a pair of socks, because the yarn is a superwash wool and nylon blend, generally speaking. So in case you're worried, you think, well, the yarn coming off is really squiggly when you unwind it, and yes, it is. So you can unwind the yarn and wash it and then knit with it, but it's actually not too bad to knit with. And then you can see once you wash your socks, all those stitches smooth right out. So sock blanks are super fun because you never know what your knitted socks are going to look like, and it's really fun to see all the colors unfold as you make them. And added bonus on this particular one is it's a sparkly sock blank, so I have sparkly socks. I'm not sure how much the camera is going to pick that up. Maybe you'll see the odd glint or two in there, but trust me, they're sparkly, so they're extra good. The rest of the sky is not looking too friendly, but look at the sunshine peeking through over there in the east. If we look out to the west, which is where our weather comes from, it is looking much better. It's a little bit of a breeze, but not too bad at all. So this morning's work didn't quite go to plan. The idea was to put the new entrance to the attic in this closet that's behind me. However, after he cut an exploratory hole, he realized that there were trusses in the way. So then plan B would have been to put the entrance in the craft room closet. But then he did the math and he realized there were going to be trusses in the way there too. So plan C is to put it in the corner of the craft room, kind of behind the door. Now in our old house, that's exactly where our attic entrance was. It never bothered me. And this guy, he said it's the same for him. His attic hatch is in a bedroom. So no big deal. So he has cut the new opening and he's has to get some more material, and then he's going to come back this afternoon and patch up drywall and finish the job. So conveniently, that allowed me time to work on my gingerbread bauble. And now that he's gone, I'm going to take that opportunity to work at my desk and start editing Vlogmas and do my banking, and then get started on correspondence. Ugh, this is the mess in the spare room. That's all insulation balled up there. And then you can follow the path and all the bits of insulation, etc. down the hall. And then look at my poor craft room. Had very little time. That's all the stuff that came out of the hall closet. That's all the stuff from behind the door. This is all the yarn I have pulled out looking for yarns for the baubles. And then more mess behind the door. And then there's our new attic hatch. So I'm going to have lots of fun this afternoon when he leaves, trying to get things back in order. But I am very happy to get the job done. So no complaints in that department. Lighting is always a struggle. I think this will be all right. Before I sit down to work, I just want to show you bubble number 4. So this is the gingerbread colorway of West Yorkshire Spinners. And I always love looking at the bottoms. There's just something about that that brings me joy. So 4 down, 4 to go, maybe 6 to go, but 4 for sure. Hello again. It is after 9 o'clock. I can't believe another day has just flown by. On the positive side of things, I did accomplish what I set out to. I've caught up on all the comments. I've caught up on my correspondence, like emails, basically, and I caught up on the banking. So yay for that. The guys came back this afternoon, finished up the work, and wow, did they clean up. I thought I was going to have a big mess to clean up when they left, but they vacuumed everything up, and all I had to do was just go around with a damp mop just to get the last of the dust. So I was really impressed. We've had a lot of workers in and out of here the last number of months, and they were absolutely the best at cleaning up after themselves. So we've moved things back into the hall closet. I still have to kind of tidy up this room, put a few things back behind the door where they belong, and then worry about all the yarn leftovers after I'm finished with the baubles. I could not find either the Christmas Robin or Fairy Lights leftovers. And I was looking at my projects, and it looks like I used half a skein for each of them because I did the heels, toes, and cuffs in red. So I'm pretty sure I passed those leftovers onto my daughter-in-law, Stephanie. But I did find the leftover Silent Night yarn. So I'll be able to do at least one bauble in that colorway. So I did show you my gingerbread bauble earlier, and I've been working on vintage tinsel. I'm not sure if you can tell. I think you can. Because this one is just stripes and not self-patterning yarn, I went ahead and did the slipped stitch cozy, so that adds a little bit of interest and a little bit of texture. So there are slipped stitches running vertically, which I think adds interest, but it also takes longer because the row gauge is more stitches per, or more rows per inch. You have to knit more rows for the cozy, and also I have to pay more attention because every second round is the slip stitch round, and then the other is knitting. So it's not quite as mindless as the others I've knit, but I think it adds a lot to the bauble. I have been coughing a ton this afternoon, that kind that once you start you can't stop. It's a real tickle in my throat and then really deep in my chest. I know it's just the tail end of the cold, but man, has it been annoying. I can feel one right at the back of my throat, so hopefully that sip of tea will ward it off. So it's been a little bit exciting around here this evening. We've been chatting with our younger son Colin and his wife Bronwyn for the last week or two about going with them to Quebec City and Ottawa in February. And we've just been firming up some of the details tonight. So we are definitely going to be doing that. We'll be in Quebec City for the very end of the Winter Carnival. So that'll be fun. And then Bronwyn has 2 brothers and they both live in Ottawa. So we will, she'll get a chance to visit them there. We did meet her younger brother and his partner at the wedding, so it'll be good to see them again. And then I also have a nephew in Ottawa, and we haven't met his wife or their 2 little boys yet. So we should be able to have a chance to do that then. So I'm looking forward to it. So yay, it's always fun to have some travel planned to look forward to. Cameron's turning 65 in February, so that'll be a great way to celebrate. Okay, I know I'm just about to cough, so I'm going to quickly say good night. Thank you for watching Vlogmas Day 17, and I'll see you tomorrow for Day 18. Good night.